What is a network port? A port is simply a channel of communication. All network devices use them, and most have the ability to change them when required. They were originally created to allow multiple programs to use the same IP address. There are nearly 65,536 paths or lanes in the network cable that plugged in your computer. Each lane has its own number assigned to it. These lanes are called port or more precisely network ports. The best way to understand port is to think of the postal system. When sending a letter, you need a street and a town name. When a letter is sent, the first thing that is read is the town name. The letter are then dispatched according to town. Once the letter gets to the town sorting office, the street address is checked and then the correct letter is sent to the correct house. What are these ports used for? The internet signal is transferred not as one continuous signal but as a small packet of data which is called transfer packets. These transfer packets use the lane to travel in a network. Each application is configured to use some set of lane which is determined by industry standards. Thus, every transfer packet does the following things. First, find an open port. Second, pass an identification test to make sure the packet is from allowed application. Third, if failed, then move to the next port and do the same. These network ports act as a pathway for the transfer packet to travel. You can see some of the examples of the common application and their associative ports. What is port forwarding and why is it needed? The transfer packet has to go to each port and has to pass the identification test. Also, at each major intersection, they are required to follow some set of rules which requires the packet to stop for a short interval of time. When a network has too many of such intersections where the transfer packet has to switch port, the effective speed of the network reduces by considerable amount. Port forwarding is a very effective solution to such kind of problem. By port forwarding, you command your router to proactively identify the transfer packet and redirect them to travel through a specific port. This saves the packet from going to each and every port to look for an open port. The router can be programmed to behave like a very fast traffic policeman who directs the traffic to their specified port. So, port forwarding is to redirect internet signal to a specified port, thus eliminating the time delay caused by each packet searching for open port. Port forwarding is primarily used for P2P clients like BitTorrent, where it adds to dramatic speed increase. Before port forwarding, one should make sure that the port is not blocked by a firewall or some security software.
So in order to forward ports, first we run the command prompt and use the ipconfig command to get the default gateway. So the default gateway is the address of your router, and it is 192.168.1.1 in this case. So I'll just write this address on the URL bar of the browser and puts the password and username. So it's typically admin and admin, but in this case it's different. So now we are on the router configuration page and we go to the NAT and virtual server. So the virtual server is just another name for port forwarding, and we'll set a rule here and specify a range of ports which we want to forward. We can select the protocol, so I have let it to remain at all, and specify the ranges of ports. Now your local IP address is actually your IPv4 address. So just write your IPv4 address in this box. Now this configuration page is different for different routers. So you may find a port forwarding section with a much easier setup, but in this case it's a little lengthy. And we save the rule. So it's saved. Alright. Now we can check if the ports between these ranges are forwarded or not. So we will use uTorrent for that. Here's uTorrent, and then it goes to options, preferences, not preferences, options, and setup guide, right? Yeah. So we'll write the port that is between those ranges. So 1 2 3 4 7, and run the test. So it's checking for forwarded ports, and it is forwarded. So this is how we forward ports on your local IP address. This method works both on Linux and Windows. So now we'll forward ports from the host machine to a virtual machine. So I've set this rule, and let me just enter the password again. Alright, so the rule is set. Now I'll open the virtual machine, and I'm using VirtualBox, and in machine settings, network tab. Okay, so there is a port forwarding section here, and we'll specify a rule. So the host port and the guest port. IP addresses are optional. You may find a different configuration page for different virtual machine software, and we can test it using a transmission BitTorrent client and check if the port is open. In the network tab, and test the port. So it's testing, and the port is open. We can configure the virtual machine to use the same physical network as the host machine. So we'll change it to bridged adapter. Now all those ports that were forwarded on the host machine will be forwarded in the virtual machine too. So we can check that again using the torrent client and check if the port is open. And again in preferences and network. So we test the port, and the port is open. So it is open because it is actually using the same physical network. When the virtual machine is running in bridged mode, there exists no virtual network between the host and the virtual machine. So they are running on the same physical network. Now if they are running on the same physical network, the IP address of the router must be the same. So here you can see the default route is 192.168.1.1, and so the default gateway and default route are same thing, and in the host machine the default gateway is the same, which means both of the virtual machine and host machine are using the same router. So here is, you can see both of them are same, but their IP addresses are different.